Let me tell you.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Starkey Farmsteads. My name is Samantha, and here are some things going on in the United States that you really need to know about, folks. So buckle your seatbelt, sit back, and let's get rolling.
They decided to not do the right thing. They decided to sell out their constituents in order to help people line their own pockets.
President Trump manipulated the markets, literally manipulated them in favor of Americans and our working class. AOC and the Democrats immediately said, oh, he just did this to make billionaires richer. But that is not how the average person feels.
These people who are upset with President Trump and how he has manipulated the market, and he didn't just manipulate the market for billionaires, you fools. Teachers have 401ks and 403bs. My mama has worked for the VA hospital for 31 years. She has her retirement fund. Firefighters, police officers, everybody who has these retirement funds, these 401ks, these 403bs or whatever, their stocks, their investments have also been positively impacted by the great, wonderful, best day ever that the stock market had yesterday. My investments also benefited. This man is finding a way to benefit the American economy without continuing the exploitation of human beings. I can identify when he's doing something right and he's benefiting the American people. And this right now, this tariff war is benefiting the American people and positioning us to have a healthy and strong and powerful economy without exploiting human labor. But y'all want to keep on having this relationship with China, knowing that China has run sweatshops for the longest, knowing that there have been 8-year-old fingers.
So much going on right now that President Trump is doing to save the American economy, folks, that sometimes I feel like I could just watch the news all day and I've only gotten a fraction of what is actually going on. If you'd like to support our channel, we were demonetized for bringing you guys the truth. We would greatly appreciate it. Without that extra income, it hurts. So if you look at the top of comments, even $1 would make a difference in our lives. And we so appreciate you guys rowing in our boat with us. But what I want to show you is just how the politicians are behaving versus how average American citizens are reacting to what President Trump is doing right now.
Folks, AOC has officially been dethroned as the most smooth-brained member of Congress thanks to Ms. Jasmine Crockett, aka the Ghetto Queen of Congress. Now, hasn't been about a week even since she made such remarks as, well, we are tired of picking cotton. So, that's why we need to have those immigrants over here. Okay, honey? Yeah, turns out that was not the worst of Jasmine Crockett. As
People know the reason you can't afford a home is because of these failed immigration policies. The reason you're not going to be able to afford your food is because of these failed immigration policies. And the same can go for the hospitality industry.
Jasmine Crockett for advocating for the Republican Party. She's trying to say that because we're not letting more illegals in and we're actually deporting them out of our country, you can't afford a house now. You can't afford food now. And, well, don't go out to eat and don't go to a hotel because there's not enough employees to meet your needs, to cater to you, white or black American, right? Because only illegal aliens can fill those positions. Only illegal aliens can pick cotton. They're the only ones that can build your house. Have you guys not had enough of this yet? Oh, if you haven't, just hold on. I've got a little bit more.
The DNC is reaching out to content creators, offering them sums of $20,000 plus and a contract for a year, along with subject matter and talking points to talk bad about Donald Trump.
Here's what you need to know about the SAVE Act, which Congress is voting on this week. If you got married and changed your name, your ID will not match your birth certificate. If you don't have a passport and your ID doesn't match your birth certificate, you cannot prove your citizenship according to the SAVE Act.
This was clearly scripted, and this woman, who by the way is a very popular author, was most likely paid to make this post because what she's saying is so incoherent, yet she has such a big following, so it adds up.
Pay attention and listen to them. They are all saying the exact Same thing, in the same order, with the same tone of voice. They keep it under so many seconds. It's obviously like a CIA MK Ultra brainwashing campaign going on by the Democrats. But folks, listen to me. They're panicking. They're panicking because Donald Trump is finding ways to manipulate the stock market, to take it out of the hands of the elites and give it back to the people. He's proving to people that when he claims one thing and then changes his mind, the stock market reacts to it, which means somebody is manipulating it. He's not only doing that, he's putting money and manufacturing back into our country, which made our country great.
The day long. And these executive orders impact elections, government payments, and also legal practices. So here's what you need to know. One is an election integrity overhaul. Proof of citizenship is required, meaning voters must now provide documentary proof of citizenship to register for federal elections. There's also mail-in ballot restrictions. States are now directed to reject mail-in ballots that arrive after Election Day. The next thing is modernizing the Treasury payments. So they're getting rid of paper checks. The federal government will cease issuing paper checks for payments, including benefits and tax refunds, by September 30th, 2025. All federal disbursements will move to electronic methods like direct deposit and digital wallets. The third one is protecting against fraud and waste. So this is like enhanced oversight. The Department of Treasury is directed to implement stricter controls to track transactions and prevent improper payments. The next thing is declassifying FBI's Crossfire Hurricane materials. This is an order for the immediate declassification of materials related to the FBI's Crossfire Hurricane investigation. The next thing is addressing risk from Jenner and Block. Federal agencies are directed to review and potentially suspend contracts with the law firm Jenner and Block, citing concerns over activities deemed detrimental to U.S. interests.
Just a few things happening in our country today. This is, what are we in, you guys? April 12th? Sam's like, I'm trying to get to Easter a little bit faster. So I spent the day with my youngest son, who will be leaving for 7 months to Florida to continue his education with the Air Force Reserves. So we went ziplining. We had paid for it when YouTube was still paying us. And we went to something called the Strawberry Festival. We had an amazing day. God is so good. We appreciate all of you guys who have liked, commented, and subscribed. The ones of you who have sent us love offerings and just rode in our boat so I can continue to do this. We couldn't do it without y'all. And I sincerely mean that. Love you guys. Have a blessed day.